I'm sorry. I just love that new intro for our little like check-ins. So hey folks, welcome back. This is another weekly check-in by yours truly, Sean Michael Culp. And so it's June. I'm recording this on June 4th. I know we've been away for a while. I only posted, I think, 2 episodes and then just one check-in from Chris in May. Just wanted to say sorry for that. I apologize. I've been on orders for a while, since basically the 29th of April, and it's been a lot for me. I won't lie to you guys. I've just been busy. Went through a breakup, didn't start dealing with it until the end of April, so all of May was kind of like, Sean, like, my life, what am I doing? You know, like trying to figure it out. So finally I've kind of made a good peace, finally found a good serenity in a good area where now I'm ready to kind of bring it all back in and working on this stuff again. And so just wanted to check in with you guys and let you all in on that. Chris and I, back to business. Chris and I are going to record Mars Attacks this weekend. So this will be posted before we probably record Mars Attacks. And then I'll get that out to you next week sometime. Super excited. Him and I are talking about potentially recording, I believe, A Quiet Place 2. We both saw it in theaters. I've actually seen it twice. So if that'll give you some little teaser about what I feel about it. So I'm pretty excited for that, to talk about A Quiet Place 2 and then Mars Attacks. And I think Mortal Kombat, maybe. We'll see. So there's a lot of good stuff in the pipeline. Other than that, what have I been up to? I just got back today from the Van Gogh exhibit, interactive Van Gogh exhibit. If you're from Illinois or near Chicagoland, they have an interactive Van Gogh painting exhibit basically until September, I believe. There are different tickets. I got the Flex because the standard passes, which were like $20 to $40, are all sold out basically till September. But the Flex, you can show up at any time off peak hours and they'll let you in. So I got in at like 8:55 today, even though my thing was at 9, and it was amazing. If you like painting, even if you like art somewhat, I recommend going. It was just mind blowing. The best way I could describe this is, it is like living and breathing art, and it's so cool. It really is a fantastic experience. I teared up probably 2 times or 3 times. My jaw was on the floor. I mean, I just couldn't believe it. And it's interesting because there's like different rooms that you go in. It's about a 35-minute show. And every room that you go in, they're small, big. It's all the same show, but it's different in every room, like where it's the same show, but you get a different perspective on what he painted and what he did and like how they wove it all together. It really tells a story. I was there about a little over an hour, and I was just captivated. I watched it run through about 2.5 times, and I couldn't believe it. Like I said, my jaw was on the floor. It was just so fantastic. It was just so great. I may even go back again just to get some more of it, because it really blew my mind. So if you're an art lover, you're interested in painting or something, you live in like Indiana, Illinois, or like Wisconsin, close to Chicago, take the drive. It's worth it. It is in downtown. The parking sucks, but I think it's worth it. And there's like a Brazilian coffee shop next to it. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. Even the Chicago History Museum is right next to it. So make a weekend trip out of it. Get an Airbnb. It will be worth your price of admission. They have a cool gift shop too. They sell booze. Like they have a really fancy like bar, restaurant, coffee shop, liquor area once you get out of the area, the Van Gogh experience. So I definitely recommend doing that. And I'm not paid by them. I just really enjoyed my experience with it. So check that out. Interactive Van Gogh painting experience. Otherwise, what else is going on? I know for me, WWE kind of been falling off the cliff just because I've been working and hanging out and traveling. I've been a couple different places on my COVID mission, like United Center, Tinley Park, Maywood, Palatine, Des Plaines. So I've been bumping around, but it's been fun. Kind of been keeping an eye on it. Not really, though, but I did see that if you're into wrestling, they just released like a bunch of guys, including Braun Strowman, which is crazy because last pay-per-view he was vying for the championship belt, which is nuts. But hey, who knows? they're making the decision. So probably all those guys are going to jump ship to AEW anyways, which, I mean, they just got Mark Henry. So who knows, man? And then 62-year-old Sting just did a match too, which is nuts. And he looked great out there. So there's a little bit of tidbit wrestling for you guys if you're into that stuff. Otherwise, I know the Cubs are crushing it in baseball. I think the Sox are crushing it too. They're 34-22. And then the Cubs, the Sox are leading the Central Division, and the Cubs are leading their Central Division 32-24. So it's really fantastic if you're a Chicago fan. I went and saw them play the Dodgers in May, and that blew the lid off of my thing. Like that game was awesome. It went at 2 extra innings. I mean, it was so neck and neck, and they came back and they won it 6-5 in extra innings, which was nuts. So, and that was on my birthday, May 5th. So that was a happy 30th to me. Otherwise, yeah, Cubs, Sox, it is a Chicago year for sports. I've already seen the Cubs. I can't wait to see them again. I'm going to go see the Sox as well because there's nothing more funny than seeing a 40% capacity Cubs stadium filled with drunken fans heckling the pitcher. So that was always a joy for me. Otherwise, NBA's going on. I know with the playoffs, the 76ers won the first round against the Wizards, who wouldn't have thought that was going to happen because all they have is Russell Westbrook, and the Wizards with Russell, he wasn't doing too hot the playoffs, so don't blame him. Hawks beat the Knicks, which is kind of crazy because I know for me, I like Tom Thibodeau as a coach. I think he's good. And Derrick Rose is on that team, and, I love Derrick. He's a big Chicago fan. When I saw that season 2010 to 2011, I saw almost every game, and I mean, ever since then, I've always been a Derrick Rose fan. No matter where he goes, I always check on his stats. So, kind of sad that the Knicks couldn't pull it out, but it is what it is. It happens. Bucks swept the Heat, which is no surprise, because the Bucks were good last year, and the Heat had no business being in the finals. I know I just said that, but it's true. So I'm glad that the Bucks are going to make it, but I don't think they're going to win it. And then the Nets beat the Celtics, which everyone figured that was going to happen as well because they're a super team. So this is going to be a good year for playoffs. I'm really stoked, honestly, for it. I think it's going to be great. But I do think for the Eastern Conference, it's probably, I don't know, the 76ers have been building for a while. And the Bucks are good, but I think maybe they have missed their chance because the last 2 years when they had the chance, they just kept getting steamrolled, much like the Celtics. So I don't know if the Bucks are going to make it. I just don't think they can get past like the Nets. I think the Nets just have too many guys. So it's either going to be 76ers or Nets in the NBA Finals. And I think for the Western, the Jazz crushing it. And then the Nuggets versus the Suns, which is nuts because everyone I was talking to was like, no, the Lakers are going to win, man. Lakers are going to win. They're only 7th seed because LeBron James and Anthony Davis were out. And, I mean, I'm not a LeBron hater. I used to be a LeBron hater, but I'm a fan of LeBron now. I really appreciate what he did for the league, what he does as a philanthropist. He's a darn good player. He is phenomenal. Even though he's old, he's 36 now, but he's still darn good. I just think that the Lakers last year, they had it. They had a good team. They had some key guys, Dwight and Rondo, but I just don't think they had the same team this year. And then all the injuries, it just set them back. So that kind of sucks. But LeBron still got his 4th ring. He's literally won a championship in all 3 teams that he's played for, which is crazy. So, is what it is. The Suns were the better team, and the Jazz. I hope it's Jazz and Suns. I love it. Personally on the Western Conference because those are 2 small market teams. So if either of them get into the NBA Finals, I'll love it. Devin Booker's a maniac on the Suns. So either way, I don't care. It's just this is going to be a really, really good NBA Finals. Hopefully it's not Nets versus whoever and then the Nets steamroll. I hope it's 76ers versus like Suns or Jazz. That would be rad, but we'll see what happens. Other than that, I know in the Sci-Fi universe, there's more films coming up the pipeline. But, with movie theaters, they are slowly opening with actual like stuff coming in. I know I saw a couple movies that I really enjoyed. Chaos Walking was one that I saw that was really fantastic. With like the words and like how you could hear it. Like that, to me, Chaos Walking was a really freaking good movie that I definitely recommend. I know it's weird to some people and they may not like it. You know, it's a really different concept, but it's really interesting to me, like the whole idea of that. And then I recently saw, what did I see? Spiral, which I know is crazy to some people because, you know, it's the Saw. It's basically like a Saw reboot. I'm not really a big Saw fan. I think I've only saw like Saw 5 once years and years ago. But I know what the franchise is about. And so me and my sergeant were just like, after not being able to kayak because the place was closed and then forgetting headphones for the gym, he's like, let's go see a movie. So then we ended up seeing a movie. And Spiral, it wasn't a terrible movie, but it wasn't like a great movie. It was just like something to kill time. And if you like kind of a mystery plus like gore, I don't know. It was all right. It was a nice, good, you know, just a nice waste into like get into theaters again. But definitely check out A Quiet Place if you can. I'm excited for the new Ghostbusters movie that's coming out. I'm pretty sure Chris and I are going to review it. I would not doubt it. Same thing with the new Dune movie that's supposedly coming out. I may see Free Guy. I don't know. I might see Black Widow. Even though I've like poo-pooed on the Marvel universe, like up the wazoo, which I apologize for. Because I've been such like a bitter guy for the past like years where I'm like, I only like things that are hipster or mine. Yeah, or that are what I like, you know, because you just want to be edgy against the grain. But I actually like Scarlett Johansson, and you know what? I think it would be kind of a fun experience to go and see Black Widow. So I'm going to check that out too, and I'm sure Chris and I will probably review that one as well. And yeah, so otherwise, outside of that, still on order, still chilling, still living in my hotel, but doing much better. Doing much better psychologically and emotionally after everything, and I hope you guys are all doing much better as well. Stay in tune. I hope you enjoy our new content that's coming out. And like, subscribe, like us on Facebook, tweet at us, Instagram, whatever. We're out there. Leave us a review, 5-star review if you care, or email us and tell us, hey, your show sucks. Why don't you talk about this? I don't care. Whatever you guys want, I'm down. Appreciate you. This is Sean Michael Culp checking in on you. Have a good freaking weekend. Bye.